Opposition is mounting for a data center in Festus. Protesters, are expected before a planning and zoning meeting tonight where the board will take a critical vote. Russell Kinsaw is hearing from those who live near this proposed site.
An overflow crowd is expected here at Festus City Hall to voice their opposition to a data center. The Planning and Zoning Board would have to approve a change in zoning designation to industrial for a data center to ever be built on the chosen site.
Nobody wants it in their backyards.
Rio Clemens is one of a growing number of voices speaking out about a developer's goal of building a data center adjacent to the Tanglewood Estates subdivision.
We just wish that these developers and people who are trying to do these data centers would do them away from communities.
Last week, the city of Festus annexed 240 acres where a developer wants to build a data center, and now the planning board is voting on whether to rezone the property. Residents think the city is moving too fast.
When, as of 3 weeks or a month ago, according to the council, they were not having any talks with anybody about a data center.
So far, no proposal has been submitted or any details given about what would be built on the property.
And I've looked at credible news sources, just not on YouTube or the internet, where people live right next to these data centers and show real life problems from this.
Industry representatives said data centers can be built today that don't have the problems older ones did. But residents are not convinced. They worry massive electrical usage will push up electric rates for them, and they're concerned about wastewater.
It's a rural county. It's not like St. Louis where they have MSD and a wastewater system to deal with it. I just don't feel assured that it's going to be handled properly.
Festus city officials point out that their recently passed ordinances on data centers are strict and would require separate studies on the amount of sound and the amount of light given off by the data center, and there would be a public hearing so the public would give input. In Festus, Russell Kinsaw, First Alert 4.